Good morning, everybody. It's me, Aggie. I'm Agnes Friedlander with The Painter's Journey and Artist Heart Studio. And this morning we are going to be doing some sketching of more wildflowers. This is so fun and relaxing. I hope you can join me. Just grab whatever you have. Even a pencil and some copy paper would be fine. I hope you can join me. Just grab whatever you have. Even a pencil and some copy paper would be fine. I hope you can join me. Just grab whatever you have. Trying to turn this off. Pencil and some copy paper. Sorry about that. It's funny. I went live at 6:00 and did the sketch, and it didn't show up. I don't know why. I don't know what I did wrong. It looked like I was live, but that's okay. I'll go through it again. Good morning, Lynn. So anyway, let's get started. I'm gonna remove myself from the stream, and this is what I'm going to be using today. I've got 8.5 by 11 pad of sketch paper, and I'm going to be using some pens that are by Prismacolor, and I also have a Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pen. I really love this one. It's kind of a brushy nib, and it gives you a thicker line. It's called a Pitt Artist pen. It's a 1.5 nib. So I want you to use two weights of pens, one thin and one thick. All right, so here we go. I'm kind of behind here, so I'm going to be sketching this one again, but I guess that's good. Here's the one I sketched a few minutes ago when I thought I was live. Let me turn this over. So I did these two sketches. Oh, well, I'll do it again with you right now. So here we go. And this is meant to be, just fun and relaxing. It builds your observation skills, and I don't know, just helps you start looking at composition and design and all the good things. So, all right, I'm going to probably just divide this sheet in half and draw this one really nice and big. So I'm just going to start with a pencil line to plan out where it's going to be. And sometimes when you're sketching, it can be better to actually use straight lines. Like, look at this, looks like a straight line right here. So I'm going to get that angle in here, something like that. Look at where these two petals, the angle of these two petals is something like that. Then this one is like this. I actually see a heart here. See the heart right there? Looks like a little heart. So I think what I'm going to do is kind of sketch the center in. It's kind of small-ish. And let's get that heart in there right now. Like that and like that, right? I see the heart. And then this petal is kind of weird how it is shaped. It's not shaped like a classic teardrop petal. If you really look at it, it looks like it's been pulled. This petal right here, it looks like somebody took it and pulled it a little bit, right? So let's elongate it just a little bit. This next one is really foreshortened, right? It's kind of foreshortened. It's not going to be what your brain tells you a petal looks like. Our brain tells us a petal is like this all the time, right? But it's not. This one is shorter and squattier than this one. These two are kind of joined together. When I do this, I realize where this point connects. I was off with this one. So I can correct it now, and that's kind of one good thing about using pencil, right? So I'm going to do that, and then kind of correct that. And then so this petal right here, it's pushed in a little bit. This is probably the most difficult petal of the whole flower to get that weird shape in. So what I want you to do is start trusting what you actually see. That's the trick. what do you actually see, not what your brain tells you. Like right now when I'm looking at this, I realize that where these two petals touch, I'm a little bit off. Look where I have it. I need to bring this petal over here because it touches there. So that means I was off here. And, don't be afraid to redo your lines and improve upon them. A lot of times when we are painting, we don't want to repaint something, but that can kind of ruin the whole thing. Don't get too invested into your initial strokes or lines because they're probably off. And part of why I'm doing this is to show you I'm off, and I'm an experienced artist, and it's easy to be off a little bit. So, but the key is to be willing to redo it and change it. The key is comparing and double checking yourself. So, okay, I think that looks pretty good. So we can go ahead and outline that. And I'm going to use this real thin, the 0.01. And just draw these in here, these petals. This one's behind. Okay, we do see that this one, there's a little opening. I kind of didn't do that real accurate, so let's just kind of fix it. And then this one kind of comes like this. And these are sketches. They don't have to be perfect. The point of this is for us to get used to observing, building our hand-eye coordination, and kind of trusting that even if we are off a little bit, we can still make it work. And that as we do more, we will improve. Okay. So I'm going to do sketchy lines on this one. Now on this one, we do see the back side of it just a little bit. I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to put a hint of it on this one too. All right. And then we can erase these lines, these outside lines now. Okay. This looks a little bit elongated. Probably should have been more like this. Maybe. This is a more challenging one, I will say. And then we're going to put these lines inside of here. So what I want you to notice is sometimes I see lines that are really curving more at the end. And then it kind of goes like this. These, what's the direction of these? What do you really see here? I actually see a little bit of shadow. It's actually a cast shadow right there, but I'm not going to really put that in. So if I squint my eyes and look at this whole petal is in shadow. This whole petal, well, not all of it, half of it is in shadow. The lines come like this. This one's definitely in shadow right here. This one, kind of this underside is in shadow. And this is in shadow. So we could do these little crosshatch lines. A little bit of more shadow right here on this. Okay, this is we don't really see the center that well, but the big thing is the stamens on this one, right? There's a lot of cool stamens happening. And you can actually, let's sketch a line for the exterior of these. Let's sketch a line where all the stamens are. It's kind of like this. There's one oddball guy out here. And I'm going to use my fatter line to put these in. So in the center, they're really small. And we don't see the stamens. We're looking straight down at them. They might not even have, you know, a, what do you call that? A vine on them. They might just be right on the center. I'm not sure. Can't really tell. There are some that do look like they have a little bit of length to them. And then we've got some that really are like, I don't know, they're like fluffy little things, aren't they? I don't know why I like flowers with stamens. So I'm just kind of quickly putting these in here. It's cool when they overlaps the center. It really gives the feeling of depth when one thing overlaps another. That's how you create a 3D effect. Okay, so there's the ends of all of them. And then I think I might thicken up maybe the shadow side of this, just to give the feeling of that the light's coming from this way. And then I'm going to go back to the thinner, well, a medium weight, and put these, I don't know, what are these called? I don't really know. But they're going to have a little bit of curve to them. And it's funny, they all look like they're coming from the outside edge of the center thing. Sometimes they're coming from the whole interior. I don't know if I'm making sense. Like sometimes you have to look and see where did the stamens come out of, but these look like they're all coming out from the outer edge. Anyway, all right. And I think what makes it interesting is the shadow. So, you know, we could even use like pencil to represent that shadow. Let's try that. So let's just use a pencil. So this whole thing is in shadow. I can even use my finger. Or, you know, you could use a blending stump if you have one. Like this could be something that you do to kind of create a quick study. This one is a little bit in shadow. And then there's shadow here. So this whole thing would kind of be in a light shadow. Later on, we would pick out the stamens with our kneaded eraser, those little tiny dots. We would, you know, you could make your kneaded eraser come to a fine point and pick those out of there, those highlights. Or you could use a white marker of some sort, or a Jelly Roll white pen or something like that. So, okay, if I wanted to put some shadows in, this could be the shadow of that one, shadow of that one. Just going to kind of roughly put them in. It's not great, but you kind of get the idea. Because also have to put the stem with it, and we could just soften that whole thing. So if I have a white, well, that's not really going to work. Let's see if I have a white paint pen. Let me grab one. I could just fix my boo-boo. Oops, no, it's not going to let me fix the boo-boo. But I could come back in here and put those back in. All right, so that's that one. We're going to love it anyway. It's not perfect, but that's okay. Okay, so let's do another one. And that was called Hepatica. I thought it was a forget-me-not, but it's called Hepatica. Okay. Let's do another one. See, here's some forget-me-nots. I want to do these forget-me-nots. So I'm just going to put a line here. Okay. So I'm going to start with my pencil and just roughly sketch in these three. You could use the straight lines and just see like what is the main shape of this? I mean, I see a triangle, first of all, right? It's kind of a triangle. There's a couple other buds on there like that. So I'm kind of mapping out the three flowers. And where are the centers of them? We're looking straight at them, so these are going to be a little bit easier. But the thing we really want to notice is which one overlaps the other. These two are kind of interlocked together. That's kind of cool. And even the center is a little flower. Isn't that funny? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. Okay. So 1, 2, 5 little things, and it comes out of you kind of have to pay attention to that. It's almost like a little octagon in here. Isn't that interesting? And okay, let's just try and get this divided into 5 equal parts. It's almost like each petal comes out of this octagon center thing. So here is where this one overlaps, and I'm realizing that I need to move this up. I have that too low. That one overlaps that one. Start to even see the second one here. Oh, it's even closer than I thought. It's right here. Okay. So let's get this one in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one's here. This one's here. These look like hearts. These are forget-me-nots. They look like little hearts. They're so cute. And again, what do you actually see? I mean, right now I'm roughing in a petal shape, but when we go to refine it, I want you to really look and observe and put down what you actually see, not what you think you see. This one is a little bit closer. I had to move it over. So you see how your initial thought is can be off a little bit? Realized I needed to move that one closer because I'm looking at how the petals connect, and that's what helps me see. Sometimes even looking at the negative shape, like right here, this negative shape um, can help. So it's like that maybe. This one lines up touching this one. There's a tiny bit of negative shape right there. That one goes behind. So look, and that's one way you know that you're kind of on track is if you find another negative shape that meets up where it's supposed to. So this was this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like these little yellow guys. And you know, we can always come back in and add marker to these or paint or whatever. Okay. So now I am ready. Oh, and it looks how it has these white star little things. I didn't notice that before till just now. So it's almost like there's this white little star thing that comes out of the octagon yellowy thing. Just now noticed that one. This one would be here. That's kind of cool. I don't think I've ever really seen forget-me-nots in person. Have you? Okay. And then the edge of the petal looks a little bit like a heart. They're very ruffly. So it kind of comes in just a little bit. So, I mean, this is my first time drawing these and noticing all this cool stuff. Okay, this one, yeah, it ruffles around a little bit. Oh, it's behind. Comes out here. Okay, this one's in front. Goes up like that. Oh, I made that way too long. Yeah, that goes up a little too much, I think. Okay, so let's fix that. Press down so hard. Okay, close enough. It's not perfect. Just noticing, you know, all the cool shapes of this. Oh, this one starts up here where it. Okay. And then this one comes around this way. So it's very good practice to use your observation skills and, compare things. This builds your hand-eye coordination. All right. Kind of cool. I don't even have my comments turned on. Let's take a look at comments, see if anybody's saying anything here. Just have a comment from Lynn saying good morning. Say hello. If it's your first time here with me, I'm Aggie. Welcome. So glad you're here with me. Hope you enjoy sketching. These flowers I got from Pixabay. They are just wildflowers. And if you'd like, you can access the photos. I shared the whole. I'm gonna continue coming on and doing these. I'd love for you to join me. I have a free group on Facebook if you want to grab these photos, the specific photos that I'm using. And it's called the Artist at Heart Community on Facebook with Agnes Friedlander. That's my name. Welcome, welcome. Okay, then this comes out a little bit longer than I have it. These are kind of cool, these little buds here. I like them. All right, I think that's pretty good. This one's a really good one to draw. Actually, there's a lot of great shapes and shadows and whatnot. So we could even kind of put those in, but I think I'm just going to do it as a simple outline and then call it a day because it's 7 o'clock. Ay, ay, ay. Time flies when you're having fun, right? And I don't know, the very center, look at that, the very, very center of it, how cool that is. So I'm going to draw this little interesting octagon shape. And then there's these like little, I don't know, hairs in there, right? And I don't really see a line separating in between these yellow things, so I'm not going to put one. Okay, so then this stem comes out. I mean, not stem, this petal comes out. And it's just so cool how they interlock with each other. And I wonder why they're called forget-me-nots. If you know, please tell us in the comments. That would be a cool thing to discover. Okay, let's go ahead and put these guys in. These are fun. These are some other kind. Oh, maybe these are forget-me-nots also, and maybe they look pink when they're first buds. Who knows, right? That could happen. Maybe they change color as they mature. I really don't know. I was thinking this was a different type of flower here, but may not be. Okay, let's erase all these goofy lines. Sometimes you need to give the pen a second to dry too. If you erase too soon, I've smeared the lines so many times. Oh, I kind of erased my little star lines, didn't I? We can kind of put them back in there like this. Yeah, these are really beautiful flowers. Okay, so then let's do this one now. Good morning, Shelley. How are you? Shelley is here. Thanks for saying hi. I didn't know you were here. You probably just got here. I know it's crazy early. I'm crazy. We have a lot of snow here. I actually went out and shoveled a little bit this morning already. And not fun. I know. Shelley, I know you love the snow. My friend Dale lives 20 minutes away in Trevor, and she loves the snow too. It's like, okay, come shovel my driveway then. Okay, so again, we're just drawing what we actually see. I think my husband's up, and I'm going to be driving him to work. These are really pretty and roughly. Really pretty. Yeah, so I like starting with the octagon center. Let's look at this one closer. Now on these, I do kind of see a little line in between these yellow segments. And okay, this one comes in like this. This petal goes behind. This one comes down like this. It's kind of straight looking. Okay. This would be really a good one to paint, I think, also. And that's another reason why I think it's fun to sketch, because it really starts inspiring you. Good morning, Andy. So cold, ready for spring. Flowers, yeah, so this helps. I love the snow in December. I agree. By February, it gets really old. Good morning, Andy. Only here to say hi. Oh, yes, of course. No problem. Yes, watch the replay. And again, if you're new here, please say hello. My name's Aggie. And I'm going to be doing this sketching with you. Let's see how long it goes. I have a couple more scheduled if you'd like to join me. Hello, Janet. Hello, hello. I have a couple more scheduled. And we'll just play it by ear, see how it goes. I just love this shape. I think this would really be a fun one to paint. And I'm thinking that eventually what I'll do is add watercolors into the whole mix, and we'll do watercolor sketches on these wildflowers. Wouldn't that be fun? It doesn't, good morning, Joyce, doesn't even necessarily have to be watercolor. Maybe it's watercolor markers. Tell me in the comments what you have, what you would use. Wow, I pressed so hard on some of those lines that it's not coming off. So, okay, and then with a thicker line, like with this one, I can come in and do this sort of thing. I'm going to hold my pen a little bit looser. And just kind of pick out spots where I see a shadow and where I feel like the line should be a little bit darker. So this is training your eye to look for shapes, and I'm squinting and deciding, you know, where is it a darker edge? Like this one is really, this petal is really popping out, and this is all in shadow. And maybe, you know what, maybe we will kind of draw the shadows in. All right, let's do that. Let's just draw the shadow shapes in with a pencil. And then I'm going to let you go. Okay, so, all right, let's start on this flower. There's a cast shadow right here. We're just going to put that little shadow shape in there. I think my husband just called me. So I'm just looking for these little shadow shapes. There's kind of a soft one right here. And you know, you can use there's even a little bit of shadow on these edges here a little bit because they curl. There's a little cast shadow right here. But this is the really important one right here. So this is good practice to see the shadow shapes, right? And this is all in shadow. This is really in shadow, this one right here, this whole petal. And this one. See, so this builds your skills, looking at shadows, looking at shapes, recording them down, getting your brain accustomed to looking for that. Now this one is kind of half and half, but I would basically simplify it and make the whole thing in shadow. This one is like half in shadow. Here is this one. I think my husband is turning on the TV and looking on YouTube to see if I'm live. And then this one is shadow. So that's what I want you to do. Just look for the shadow shapes. See what a difference that made? And the more you do this, it's kind of like the more confident you become. Yeah, that's it. Oh, let's look at this. This is kind of all in shadow right here because it's behind. Some shadow underneath here. And this would be like half in shadow. And that is it, my friends. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you'll do this. I love you talking through what you're seeing. Thank you, Shelley. And here's, I love to do the wildflowers in watercolor. I have a whole sketchbook just for these. In the spring, it's nice to buy small bouquets and draw the flowers individually. Let's do that, Janet. That's such a great idea. So pretty. You make it look so easy. Aw. Thank you. Thank you. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Yay. Look how pretty they turned out. So I'll be back on tomorrow at 6 a.m. I hope you'll join me. Have a great Sunday, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.